Hopped up in the Zoom room.
All right, so when I first made this layout, what I did was I streamed it live on Zoom. I had four different instruments, as you can see. You're only seeing a partial piece of each window, but I had the alerts going off that I'm talking about, and I made different sounds for each one. So when people would hear a sound, all they had to do was know which one it is and press it, and these were the results. This student passed this challenge in 2 days. This was his first day.
Sure.
Because I took a small loss. It's still like, I don't know, maybe it was maybe $800 loss. I mean, that's like the real, and then just some of those like little baby losses, here and there. But I mean, Thursday, I sent in the chat. That was even before, like I did the afternoon session too. I think I was 21-0, all blue. Yeah, bro.
That for you.
Yeah, I was looking at the levels and stuff. And like I said, I would do like two or three, kind of like you talked about in previous videos. Is like I pop one off. If it goes down in drawdown, pop another one off. And then if I see it start to move, then I'm like, okay, it's moving. I'll pop another one in there. And then I'll be like, this is going to be my long term. And then I'm going to scalp these, take out, like find a level that I like, or just like a dollar amount, say like $300 is good with me. Pop that one out, pop that one out. So, and then move my big one to break even.
Yep, move that to break even for sure. That's the perfect way to take them. You know what I mean? So
Any of those little like $5 losses, getting out or anything like that, it was just all blue, so like solid. And then on Monday, I had just like a few, like $20 loss, maybe $100 loss, a couple of those, but like the rest, like I'm taking profits are like 300, 200,000.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. So this is one of the statements from the way I've traded these. But what's crazy is the first actual live testimonial came from Sierra on a live account, right? So her braveness, she actually went through and started taking these. And, I edged her forward a little bit more and a little bit more to risk a bit more because they were working out so well. So these are her results. And as you can see, it says motivational purposes only, off the signals. Literally, she had her best trading day ever 3, 4, 5 times in the same week. So a $7,000 trading day, a $10,000 trading day.
So today I took my
As you
biggest
can hear,
trade ever, okay, off of the live signals. So this buy went for about 90 something pips, and I had a $7,000 trade, y'all. Like, get in, let's get these signals, y'all, because it's giving free money. Don't want to miss out. Let's get it. So contact me or Brandon so we can get you set up. Let's go.
so since then, crazy, crazy, crazy. So since then, all I've done was dial these in more and more, and I've understood more and more what they are, how they work. I put them together, but again, I was only about a year into, not even into Forex, period, into trading on a computer. So it took me a while to understand them fully, but I just knew they worked. So now I have them dialed in even more. I've customized them and everything of the sort. So it's even better now than it's ever been. So this is live action with the signals as well. So this is scaling into them on a high level, right? So it doesn't take a ton of these to go off for, it really to bring in a good amount. So this is me trading a couple of different accounts at the same time, as I was learning, So one of these is a challenge account, what I just took profit on right there. And then the other one is a live account. Started closing those out, right? So the biggest edge in the market is in your hands right now. And as you can see, it all came off of one signal.
Hey y'all, so we just did our biggest day ever, okay? $18,297 off of CPI. CPI, you know, is the new NFP. And CPI paid bills today, okay? Paid bills today, okay? This only took about, what, 2 hours? 2 hours. Not even that, it was less than that, but biggest day ever. So happy, God is good.
So this was posted in the chat right after for everyone to see, and here's her breakdown of it.
Well, what I've been studying, you know, for quite some time, I already know like the levels on this template, and when the signals call it out, I'm like, okay, I know for a fact, and that's just me just having, you know, a lot of experience to how the market been moving. But the signals is a no-brainer. Okay, the signals gonna call it out for you without you even looking at this chart. Okay, which we're about to show you in just a second. So I'm gonna hand it over. Well, I'm actually gonna go over it for a second, and then I'm gonna hand it over to Brandon. I'm gonna show you guys what I had saw. That, you know, basically went with it. Okay, but the signal is gonna call it out without you even having to look. But me personally, I like to use both, you know. And then also the 15-minute went off. The 15-minute went off, and it was also a 5-minute sell that had went off. So I'll just go and show you guys where on each time frame that it basically alerted at the same time. Okay, so this one went off at 9:20. You can see that it went into profit right there. And then I wasn't in necessarily at that time. I had got in after 9:30. But when the 15-minute went off, it basically runs for a good long time. So even if there is it goes right into profit, but even if there is a little drawdown, it's in for a good run, right? So I'm sorry, that's the 5-minute, but let me show you the 15-minute. All right. So right here came off at 9:15. 9:15, the sell was already on. So I was like, okay, well, I already know, you know, the market's gonna come and tank. Especially like I said, since we already knew what CPI did, 9:30 gonna come and do the opposite. So everything was already gearing for that, right? The signals called all of it out. I mean all of it, okay? So that was so much confirmation for me to just, you know, stick with it. And I said, like what I said, it was no drawdown that I got into. It wasn't. So I'll hand it over to Brandon so he could go in depth with you guys and show you guys exactly how these signals is nothing to play with. And you ain't even got to think about when you get in the market, okay? Because it's going to go into profit for you. So I'll give it over to Brandon.
Literally, I was testing the automation today, testing the automation, and the automation just puts these in. As soon as this comes off as an alert, it puts it right in and has a stop loss and all of that stuff. By the time we looked at the automation, it was already up 30,000 or so. By the time it was about 8:30, right? Popped right into it. So it automatically put this in as soon as it popped off. And then this went up, came back, came over here, and then took off. So you wouldn't have to worry about anything there. And then if you're wondering where this come out at, you know, this would tell you, this sell right here would tell you a good time to pop out, right? You can also, you know, take profit ahead of time if you're looking at these levels, right? So this one popped off for about 200. So in our prop formation, we have a 260K account. So this popped off for literally 270 pips. So I aligned the bot with what we will be using money-wise on our side. So this was up. This is where the 27,000 was from. All right. And then after that, it hit this level perfectly and then said sell. And when it said sell, the bot again popped right into this one, right on time, no question, and just trailed it all the way down. So that was another 300 pips, right? If you had looked at these levels, it was coming down to one of them. These are support and resistance levels. So when it hits these, you can know that, it blazed through this one, it got down here. You could probably take profit at these. And you could probably even set up your take profits around these marks as well. It's going to go ahead. So she's more so like looking back and forth between the two. Or so I built this so I could just live in here. So I know it's set up in a way that you really don't, you can just live in here and you can eat all day for sure. All right. So with those two signals on maybe a 50K account, you will look at, I don't know, do 500 times 16. That's what it would be for a 50K account. Or you could do 500 times 32 for that other account, right? For a 100K account. Or you could do 500 times 64 for that other account, just with those two signals, right? So again, as soon as you're up at the right times, these things are going crazy for sure.
Crazy, crazy. So this is another student, and this was her first day using the system, checking the alerts and, doing something very similar. So these results keep on coming out the same way. So this is what you guys have in front of you. Enjoy the course, and I'm gonna get with you guys soon.